In life, one of the best times that people will talk about you in glowing terms is when you are 6 feet under the ground. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an existing viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. Olorinaomi Ogunwusi, the Yeyelua of Ife, renounced her title yesterday, the 23rd of December 2021, when she served our Ooni of Ife a breakfast that shook the entire country and beyond. Who is Olorinaomi? Olorinaomi was a young maiden of 23 thereabout years when she got married to the Ooni of Ife. And as we heard, it was a very short courtship before they got married. Now, when this young lady came into limelight, you could see the innocence around her, and she has blossomed into maturity, into elegance, into more beauty. And one thing you cannot take away from this evangelist prophetess is the peace around her. Whether you like it or not, nobody can say Olori Shilekunla is troublesome. Nobody can say she is temperamental. One thing that cuts across about her that people say is that she's a very calm, reserved and respectful Olori. For her age, to have that level of calmness and maturity is highly, highly commendable. And we know in life, when you are able to control your emotions to a point where you're not always throwing tantrums, you're not always at loggerheads with people, then relatively that shows the level of peace you have in your heart. Now, this is not a post to shade anyone. We don't do that on this platform. We celebrate people despite their strengths and their weaknesses, because aren't we all flawed as human beings? We are all very much flawed. I want to celebrate this woman who took a decision that 1,000,001 women would not take. They would rather have their, corpses taken out of the palace than to leave a first-class king in Nigeria. In this case, the Ooni of Ife. Whatever has made this beautiful woman say, I don't want to be called your queen anymore. I don't want to be in your life anymore. I've fulfilled my assignment, which is to have my son. Then I am done. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of strength. And people if you read across platforms, even on our own platform, people have been showering her with love. The post she made was nothing condescending. It was not targeted at any other woman to say, oh, she's the one that let me leave my husband or this and this. She was quite general and still respectable in her post. So we celebrate this damsel who have walked through a path that many people, many women are lined up, to walk on. And she has bowed honorably to leave the Ooni of Ife. Now, talking about this now, one thing we should say is that she's done a bit in 3 years. She's decided to move on. Do you know how much strength it takes for a normal woman to say she's done with her marriage at such a tender age, with a child who is just 1 year old? It's very clear from all we've been seeing that the trouble started immediately she entered the palace, because as we heard, she had left once before. Despite the fact that she was pregnant, she came back with her baby. And what we heard from sources is that was the reason why her son was named Tadenikawo, because she had to consider the handsome son she has. Then she came back to the palace. It's so, we are so cosmetic that most people prefer, the glitz and glamour of wearing fashionable clothes, jewelry, being in a limousine, a Bentley and everything. But what kind of life would that be when that's all you do? And when you get into the Bentley, when you get home to sadness, sorrow. A lot of women will still contend with it to say they prefer to cry in a Bentley than to go and cry on a bike. But it just shows how cosmetic we can be as individuals. For women of strength, for women who might look weak outside, But when they know it's time for them to bow out, they bow out so unapologetically. And that's one thing this damsel has done. So if you're a woman out there, I don't care who you are related to or who you know, forget every whatever you have. For a woman like you to take this route, it takes a lot of strength. Some they never take this route till they go beyond, because they are unable to face it despite everything they are facing. Okay, so with all this said now, let other people step in. She has dropped the crown. She said she doesn't want it anymore. And the palace people have been running up and down to say, oh, we want to check if our Instagram page was hacked. Oh, Kabiyesi was still preparing a gift for her for Christmas and everything. Oh, every day they had an issue, but it's been sorted. I put it to them that any woman who comes out to say she's done with her husband, with all the things we've been hearing, and because of this reason, a lot of people have been saying so many unpredictable things about our Ooni of Ife, which pains me to the bones. A lot of people who regarded him, I put him, and I still put him in very high regards. But honestly, the bombshell dropped by Olorinaomi gave a lot of people concern, headache, and I don't even know what other name to call it for this Christmas. This is a woman who is very calm. And we've known the kind of talks that have been around on social media, but she will never come out to talk. They said she had a child. She never came out to debunk it. She took it all in. There was a time they said something happens to her. I don't want to say that word on my platform. She didn't come out to say anything. She sucked it in. Some people, we know them, that are even not up to half of the position she held. If you say something about them, they will come at you like tigress. But she took everything in. So she was able to maintain a level of calmness and sanity. But when you fight some battles, there are some battles when you fight it to a point, you drop it and you move on. Or else you won't live to fight it the other day. People said, okay, wasn't she aware of the fact that being a prophetess or an evangelist, how would she get married to an Ooni of Ife? Oh, well, we all make mistakes, whatever it is. So let me go through some of the comments that people dropped on our page on Instagram. Oluwabusola stated, "Thank you for the honesty, Queen. Marriage is the most loving and also hardest institution to be put through. I know your decision to move ahead would have been a tough one. God continue to keep and bless your prince." Be like say this Oni get issue. Now this second time be this. Another said, "This Oni must be the problem, not the women. How can one man marry and divorce every 2 or 3 years? Not funny. I hope you think carefully before making decisions. Internet will never forget all the testimonials you made before marrying Ooni of Ife. Think wisely. Some set of people noted that the Ooni might possibly be the source of the problem and not the women who are leaving him." Another person said, "The Ooni should check himself, Sha." Another person said, "It takes a strong mind to move on. Well done, Queen of our hearts. Congratulations on the new era. Grace all the way." Another said, "Your reign as the Yeyelua of the source was peaceful, loving, and beautiful. It is well with you and all yours. You are a queen forever. Sending you light and love." This actually got me because, our reign was peaceful, loving, and beautiful. We saw the way, Oni was showing her love when they are outside and everything. But what people will always need to know is that the rich also cry. In fact, their own cry, it doesn't have part 2. Another person said, "The most important thing is your sanity, the baby, and your happiness. Take good care of yourself." Another person said, "Jesus Christ, may God guide you, Queen. This is heartbreaking." Another wrote, "Wow, God will see you through. He will be your light and your comforter. It is well, sis." These are actually very, very emotional words. These are words that, shows how loved she is. And we have another one. "Olori, why? I love you so much with the grace you carry your position. May God continue to bless and guide your steps." Another person said, "Wow, in all, thank God and move on. You know better. No one will understand you no matter how much you explain. Do whatever gives you peace and happiness. I wish you the very best of life. Wow, like I said, honestly, this is one of the saddest news. Apart from the loss of lives, this is one of the saddest news we are going to have this few hours to Christmas. And like people said, it's not funny at all. So we also have, after all, you wear the shoe, you know where it hurts. Love, hugs, and life from here, ma'am. Another person said, sending you so much love, and may God continue to guide you on your journey. You're a true model of the awesomeness of God. Queen Shile Kwola. Oh, wow. So as subtle, as gentle, as calm that she is, she made her own mark in all of this. For this adorable and respected woman to divorce the Ooni, something unknown to the public, is definitely wrong with him. I respect her decision. Now, it takes people who are very deep and who see things from perspectives. Please, guys, let's forget about the fact that she married an Ooni, right? Even young people get married and they don't know what is inside the container until they get in. So there are so many more, and I don't really want to go into all of this, but you can see it going on the screen, and yeah, it just shows that no matter how calm someone is, when you push the person to the wall, the person is going to bounce back. That's just what it means. And there are still women out there who, no matter what level of position you are in, if you do something and they think that they cannot help the situation anymore, they will look you in the face and just walk away. Some people have been saying, oh, how could she walk away from such royalty and wealth? Guys, behind the closed doors, things are happening. Behind the closed doors, behind the jewelry, the glowing skin, the microphone holding, the preaching, the whatever, it's just not fair on women a lot of times. This is a man. Let me remove the fact that he's an Ooni for now. This is a man who has his own emotional needs, who has his own other needs, pampered by other women who are available at the snap of his finger. With a woman who everything is just when he's able to make out the time. It's not easy. And if he really, really loves her, if he really wanted to make this work, he would have protected her. He would have pampered her. So because when a man is ready to show you love and affection, nothing stops him. Right? But when his attention is divided, and men, when they get so whatever, they might get, things mixed up a little bit. With all due respect to all men. But the truth of the matter is, we are just a bit tired of only changing women like that. Have them do marriage every month and marry 100 women. It's fine. It's okay. But having women walk away like this in frustration, telling him they don't want to be a part of his life anymore, it's not a good one. First, second, and third one. No, it's not a good one, Ooni. You are our leader, a paramount ruler in Yoruba, and we don't want to have your name smeared on social media or anywhere. We want you stable, we want you happy, we want you to be able to confidently drive your purpose. So we are really praying on it for God to give you the strength. But this podcast is actually made for Naomi. Naomi remained the queen of our hearts. Yeah, so regardless. And to all the women out there struggling and smiling at the same time, trying to hold everything together, well done to you. May God give you all the strength you need. So as she has told us yesterday, she's now ceased to be called the Queen of Ife. She'll rather be called the Queen of the people. And so she's still the queen in her own heart, a woman that kept the calm, the sanity of the palace. So she remains evergreen in her hearts. Moving on from this point, I've heard that the elders in the Yoruba community, the kingmakers, are going around to beg her to come back to the palace. Follow your heart, our queen. Follow your heart. If your heart says you should go back, all well and good. If your heart says you should leave like you've left, fantastic. Do what will make you happy. You have a beautiful future in front of you. You have a healthy son that is solely on you to take care of as a mother, because nobody can replace him as a mother, regardless of how many wives the Ooni has. So we'll keep praying for you, and we hope that as much as possible, we know you're a very calm queen. This has got to you, and that's why you came out on social media. Don't try and say any more words again. We love you the way you are. We love you with all your mistakes, and we pray for God to give you the strength, just like we pray for every woman all around the world. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And please be kind enough to drop your constructive comments in the comment section below. Thank you once again, and bye for now. All hail the Queen Naomi.